Well, my father was a Jew. He was born in Berlin in 1911. His dad, my granddad, owned a large business which manufactured and sold ladies' coats. And they sold them in the fashionable center of Berlin. It was a very successful business. They lived in a beautiful villa in an outlying district of Berlin overlooking a nice lake.
Darfur is a very big land, and the people there, they are very good, and they hosting everyone. All these people, they come and find themselves as they are a family in Sudan, and no discrimination. All of them, they live in harmony. I grew up in Al Jazeera, and I go to primary school, and after that higher secondary school. And I go to Khartoum University, and I study there biology and chemistry education. And also when I graduate from Khartoum, after that I work as a voluntary jobs.
My dad, of course, being born in 1911, was only 3 when the First World War broke out. You see, here was a Jewish family in Berlin. Their oldest son was fighting for the Kaiser and for the fatherland. Well, a fat lot of good it did. Come 1933, the Germans appointed Adolf Hitler as the equivalent of Prime Minister of Germany, and laws started to be passed discriminating against Jewish people.
When I graduate, I go and work in a private place. It's called Comboni. I work with them as a teacher of chemistry. If you have a nice job or you have your skills and you are clever or anything, you can't do anything in your country.
By this time, my dad was no longer a little lad in short trousers. It became impossible for my dad to earn his living as an architect. So my parents fled to the Netherlands. He started making wooden toys in the basement of our block of flats. And when at the age of 3, my mum took me down to see what he was doing, I wanted to play with them. And it took my parents an awful lot of effort and time to explain why I mustn't touch them. He had to sell them to keep us housed and fed.
The government, they can't give me a chance to work as in education of the Sudan. You don't have a job, you can't help yourself.
It was too dangerous for everybody to know that I was the son of a Jew and living in that flat. And then my dad disappeared, and no matter how much I asked, my mum wouldn't tell me where he was.